Ray, the ranger who had the Paddy Creek district before me, quit mid-season. Didn't give 2 weeks, didn't clean out the station, just dropped his badge at the district office and left. I found his stuff in the drawers when I transferred in. Pens, a rain poncho still in the wrapper, and in the bottom drawer, under old trail reports, a hand-drawn map of the creek. He'd traced the water in blue ballpoint, every bend, every feeder stream, and across the main channel, written in red marker, one word, don't. That was August. I didn't think much of it. Rangers burn out. Paddy Creek Wilderness is 30,000 acres of Ozark hill country, oak, hickory, limestone bluffs, and nothing. Nearest town is Licking, population 2,000 on a good day. You can go a full shift without seeing another person. That was the point for me. I'd come off a bad year. Coached track at a high school in Springfield for 11 years, and when my wife left, I needed somewhere without people asking how I was doing. The Park Service was hiring. I took the post because I wanted quiet. Funny thing about quiet, you get enough of it, it starts to bother you. By my second October, I'd developed a habit of talking to myself on patrol, just narrating what I was doing. Checking the North Register. Pack looks good. Squirrel. Kept the silence from getting too thick. I still carried my coach's whistle. Fox 40 Classic, silver-plated. Had my initials scratched into the back with a pocket knife. A nick on the left side from when I dropped it in the gym parking lot. I kept it on a lanyard in my jacket. Didn't use it for anything, just had it. The call came on a Tuesday, October 22nd, missing person. Solo hiker, female, 34. Name Dana Whitfield. Last registered at Roby Lake Trailhead, 2 days overdue. Her mother called it in from Tulsa, 4-person search team. Me, Jenkins from Berryman District, a volunteer named Tom, retired teacher, and Linda Reese on coordination at the trailhead. They gave me the creek drainage. Nobody wanted the creek. The terrain drops 300 feet in a quarter mile, all loose rock and root tangles. But I knew the area, so I packed my day bag, water, first aid, radio, GPS, grabbed my jacket with the whistle. Almost left it, no practical purpose. But I picked it up off the kitchen counter that morning on impulse, like something told me to bring it. I wish I hadn't. Morning was cool, mid-40s, overcast, leaves turning, oaks going bronze, hickories already half bare. I crossed the first ridge toward the creek around 10:30, calling every 100 yards. Dana, Park Service, can you hear me? Nothing. Normal nothing. Jays in the canopy. A woodpecker to the east. Dry leaves rattling in the wind. Everything you'd expect. Then I crossed the second ridge. I've tried to describe this since. The closest I can get. You know when someone hits mute on the TV? That fast. That complete. One step I could hear the woods. Next step, nothing. No birds, no bugs, no wind sound, even though the branches were still moving. Like the forest had been put on mute, but nobody told the trees. I stopped, hand on a hickory trunk, listened. My own breathing, my heartbeat, the creak of my pack straps. That was it. I keyed my radio. The click was so loud it made me flinch. Static came back clean. The radio was fine. The woods weren't. I stood there 2 minutes, telling myself it was a pressure drop, temperature inversion, something I'd look up later and feel stupid about. Then I heard it, a woman's voice, from the creek bottom where the hollow narrows and the limestone walls close in. Hello, is someone there? Please, I'm hurt. I reached for my radio, thumb on the transmit button. Before I could speak, the voice said my name. Not Park Service, not hey, my name, first and last. Like she was reading it off a list. I hadn't announced my name. That's not protocol. You call the missing person's name. You never give your own. She said it again, clear as anything, like she was standing 10 feet away instead of somewhere down in that dead silent hollow, and the woods stayed quiet. Not a single bird. I didn't answer. That's the one thing I did right. I stood on that ridge with my radio half raised and my mouth open, and I did not say a word. Some part of my training held, or maybe some part of me already knew. I keyed the radio. Base, this is Unit 3. Audible contact, creek drainage, female voice, requesting positions on all team members. Linda came back fast. Jenkins is a quarter-mile north. Tom is on the East Ridge. You're the only one near the creek. So it wasn't one of ours. Wasn't Dana's mother in Tulsa. And it wasn't Dana, because Dana wouldn't know my name. I started down the slope, careful on the loose shale. The voice had stopped after I didn't answer. The silence was heavy, like the air had weight. You know how before a bad storm the pressure drops and your ears feel full? Like that, but no storm was coming. Halfway down, Jenkins came on the radio. Hey, you hear that? I got a voice down by the creek. Female, calling for help. Copy. Which direction? South, toward the main channel. That didn't make sense. I was south of Jenkins. The voice I heard came from the west. If we both heard it from different directions, I found a game trail down to the creek bank. Water running low, October dry spell, 8 inches over gravel. Clear bottom, no sign of a person. The voice came back, closer, maybe 50 yards downstream, around a bend where the limestone bluff cuts in. Please, I can't feel my legs, I fell off the trail. It sounded real, scared, hurt, the kind of voice that makes you forget procedure. But then it said something else. Tell my mom Captain is fine. She worries about Captain. Captain was the dog, Dana's golden retriever. Her mother mentioned it in the missing persons intake, said Dana worried about leaving Captain alone. That detail was not shared with the search team. We got a description, a photo, a vehicle. Nobody mentioned a dog. I stood in that creek with water over my boots and felt something cold move through my chest. Jenkins again. Tighter voice. Unit 3, the voice I'm hearing just asked me to tell Dana's mother the back door key is under the blue pot. How does it know that? I double-clicked the radio. No verbal response. I didn't trust my own voice. 200 yards upstream, I found the campsite. Tent still up. Green 2-person, staked properly. Pack on a bear line between 2 oaks. She'd done everything right. That's what gets me. She did everything right. Her journal was open on the sleeping bag. Last entry facing up like it was meant to be found. Day 1, neat handwriting, trail conditions, weather a box turtle at the first creek crossing. Day 2, tighter, still neat. Heard something in the creek last night. Sounded like Mom calling my name. Mom is in Tulsa. Didn't answer. Then the handwriting changed, shaky. Pressed hard enough to tear the paper. Don't answer if you hear your name from the water. Below that, this is the part I've never told anyone. More writing, different hand, bigger letters, like a child learning to write. Round, careful, wrong. Dana, come down to the water. Dana, I miss you. I closed the journal. My hands were shaking. I'm not ashamed of that. That's when I blew the whistle. Habit. 3 blasts on the Fox 40, what you do on the track when you need everyone to stop. The sound bounced off limestone and came back to me. Then from downstream, from around that blind bend, 3 blasts came back. Same pitch, same rhythm, same duration. Not an echo. An echo decays, softens, loses the edge. This was identical. Like someone just out of sight had the same whistle and matched me note for note. I'd never used that whistle in the field before. It stayed in my pocket. Nobody in these woods had ever heard it. Something just played it back to me. Perfect. I should have gone back up the ridge, called for extraction. That's what the manual says. But my radio clicked on its own, no one transmitting. Then Dana's voice, calm, clear, reading GPS coordinates, 50 meters downstream, past the bend. I told myself it was a frequency bleed. Old equipment picks up stray signals. I told myself I'd check one more spot and head back. The creek narrowed. Limestone walls rose 20 feet, then 30. The hollow closed until the sky was just a strip of gray. Water stayed shallow, ankle deep over smooth gravel. My boots crunched on the stones and that was the only sound. No birds, no bugs. 47 steps past the bend to the GPS point. Nothing. A gravel bar. Clear water, no footprints, no gear, just the creek running through the bottom of a narrow stone corridor. Then I looked down. Under the water, 6 inches deep, sitting on the gravel, a whistle. Silver, Fox 40 Classic. I reached in. The water was warm, not creek temperature. Not October in Missouri. Warm, like bath water. I pulled it out, turned it over, my initials. Same pocket knife scratch, same shaky K where my hand slipped. And the nick, the parking lot nick, on the left side. I reached into my jacket, my whistle was still there. Held them side by side, identical, same weight, same wear on the lanyard ring, same discoloration on the mouthpiece from 11 years of use. 2 whistles, both mine, one from my pocket. One from warm water where nobody should have been. The voice came back, close, 30 feet, around the next curve in the limestone. Coach, is that you? That wasn't Dana, that was Marcus Rivera, a kid I coached. Good miler, quiet, always stayed late. He graduated 4 years ago, pre-med at UMKC in Kansas City. Coach, I'm hurt, I fell, can you come help me? His exact voice, the way he dropped the ends of sentences. The slight catch on the H. Marcus had a stutter as a kid, mostly gone by high school, but it still showed on certain consonants. I did not answer, I did not move. Coach, why won't you answer? You always said to call for help if we needed it. The water moved, a ripple spreading upstream, against the current, toward me. Then the voice changed, mid-sentence, no pause. You always walk away, you never come when someone calls. Sarah, my ex-wife, the exact tone she used the night she left, that flat, tired disappointment worse than anger. I ran, up the creek bank, through brush, branches tearing my sleeve. I dropped the creek whistle. Heard it hit rocks behind me. Didn't stop. Up the slope, grabbing roots, over the ridge. The voice faded behind me, not shouting, just talking. Sarah's voice, then Marcus's, then Dana's, cycling like a radio scanning channels. Come to the water, come down to the water. I made the trailhead at a dead run. The team was already out. Jenkins looked pale. Tom was sitting on his tailgate staring at the ground. Nobody talked. Linda asked what happened. I said, echo distortion, canyon acoustics. She didn't believe me. Dana Whitfield was never found. 4 more days. Dogs, helicopters, ground crews, nothing. No body. Tent and pack returned to her mother. I filed my report. Auditory anomaly, possible echo distortion from Creek Canyon walls. My supervisor signed it without comment. He'd had Paddy Creek before Ray. He didn't ask questions. I transferred to a desk in Jefferson City the following spring. The whistle from the creek. I thought I dropped it running. But when I got home, it was in my jacket pocket. Both of them. 2 identical whistles, side by side. I put the creek one in a Ziploc bag. It's in my desk drawer. I checked the engraving last week. My initials, the nick, but it's on the right side now. I carried that whistle 11 years. I know which side the nick was on. Left, I'm certain. It's on the right now. And sometimes late at night I hear water running, barely, like a creek far off. But the nearest water to my apartment is the Missouri River 2 miles away. I don't coach anymore. I don't hike. I don't go near water. And I never answer when someone calls.